This is Glennon with Making Money with Storage Unit Auctions. The title of this video, How to Win the Storage Auction Game. There's a lot of information out there about storage auctions, how to buy, how not to buy. Don't get caught up in a bidding war. Buy low, sell high, and it's everywhere. It's on every website, but the real deal is you must commit to growing your business to win the storage auction game. There's so many people who are looking to get in this space and get in cheaply without risk and not lose any money. You folks are smoking crack. There is no way that you can enter into this space at the current rate of what's going on with the TV shows, with the number of Americans who are like in love with storage auctions. There's no way that stuff's going to work. So if you have absolutely no money, you may want to stick to picking until you get yourself decent operating capital. And even if you do have money, you still have to commit to growing your business, because I inadvertently did something because based on my background, I was coming from a contract furniture company when I got into the storage auction business. And before that, I worked for a company by the name of Rent-A-Crate. And both companies were grow, 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 grow. It's like, we're a sales organization. If we're not growing, we're dying. What I see with most of you is mom and pop type mentality, mom and pop type operation, and mom and pop type income. If you do not commit to growing, if you do not commit to actually building a business enterprise, you're going to be forever stuck in the same place. I don't care how lucky you get. You may get one nice unit here or there. You may get a jackpot unit. But what's going to happen is you're going to dumb down to the same place because you have not made the commitment to grow. That is number one thing that you have to do to be successful, because when you make the commitment to grow, it opens up your brain to doing things differently, because 99.8% of the people who come out to storage auctions are doing the same shit. I mean, seriously. And out of that huge number of folks that come out, a good 75% are looky-loos, or not even buying. They're just like, hey, it's kind of curious. Maybe I'll spend a little money. If I see something that piques my interest, I'll jump in. So you have all of that stuff going on. So really, when it comes down to real competition, people who are trying to build a business, folks who are really looking long-term versus a short-term hit, I'm going to come up and get rich off one unit mentality, you really don't have a lot of competition. I know it sounds crazy. I know you're looking at me like I'm strange, but when you really think about it, how many people are in this business for the long haul? Seriously, how many have made that commitment? You got folks who can't even have a personal relationship for more than 6 months. That type of mentality, that type of lack of commitment crosses over into your other areas of your life, and especially with business, because there's a term that I learned a long time ago. You often buy capacity in advance of using that capacity or realizing the benefit from that capacity, which is a nice way to say you're going to work your ass off for an extended period of time before you really see results. And we live in the United States of America, the microwave country, that people are finding it just really hard. And I said it before, if you start today and you have a goal, a mindset of progression, of growing your business, you're going to be better off than, I'm going to say, 75 to 80% of the folks who start today with you in the storage auction reseller space. Because most people buy, sell, make a little money, take that money, buy, sell. There is no plan. There is no framework. There's nothing except hope, wishes, and dreams and ambition, and a little bit of hustle. I'm telling you, having a plan will separate you from the masses. It'll also make it easier for you to sleep at night, because instead of looking at, I bought this unit, I didn't make any money. I bought this unit, and that's part of the scheme of things. I did not make any money on this unit, but since I've got this, since I have an operating capital, since I'm building a business, since I have other sales channels, it's like you don't become desperate. I'll tell you, I bought a room that I lost my ass on. I spent $500 for it and made $5. That's how horrible it was, because it was a box unit. You open up the door, there's just boxes, and half the boxes, and It was not a setup unit. It was not a setup unit. Half of the boxes were empty. The boxes that were full had just junk in there. And I'm just like, why do people save boxes? And I knew this property, I knew the property manager, and I knew the district manager very, very well. They didn't play that setup stuff. So I'm just like, why the hell did this person store this? And that's a question you're going to ask yourself a lot if you get into this space. Why does a person store this type of stuff? And did a little research, and now many years later, I have in my my basement all these empty boxes, because when I move, I want to put the stuff back in there to protect it. And because that's the best protection you're going to have, because you can't, like, from the TVs and stuff, those are like the best boxes. And I'm just sitting there like, but I would not pay, in the room, it was probably like $40 a month they were paying to store these boxes and other things. But that same day, I hit big, because this is something else. You see it on the shows, and this is something I'm going to discuss on the other side when the other side gets up, and also in the boot camp that's coming up. You see they buy one unit, run it there, pull something out, go take it to someone. I have bought 6 units in a day. My record, I have bought 18 units in one day. Now, you haven't seen that on television, and there's a reason. The logistical elements that come into play to moving that many units is a nightmare. And I never did it again. I never did it again, because that was 7-day week. It was a 7-day week, 16, 18 hours a day, because it's like you're just constantly moving. You're constantly moving. But it stressed me. It actually increased our business, and it put us to a different level, because I learned so much from that. And that's one of the things that comes from having a commitment to grow your business. Believe it or not, there are many people, not just in the storage auction business, but very many businesses that have no plan for growth. None. Zilch. It's like, hey, we can increase revenues a little bit. If we can do this, there's no plans for a second location. There's no plans for any of that stuff. None. It's not in the mix. And honestly, if I didn't work for the companies that I work for, because when we have our sales meetings, it was like driven home. We're going to grow. We're going to expand market share. We're going to grow. If you're not part of that, you won't be here. Message was real clear. And I have a friend who owns a consignment store who is not even 30 years old. Went from a little, what's that? Like a strip mall space, maybe 500,000 square feet. I never saw it. Went from that to another space, to actually buying her building. Let me say this again. She ain't even 30. To buying that building, having 2 stores in there, renting out some space, just opened up another spot, and is expanding that spot. I'm serious. And that's how you get your business going. And a lot of times when you're expanding like that, on the personal side, you don't have a lot of money. That's the thing that trips up people, because people are like, wow, all this stuff is going on. But see, what she's doing and what you should be doing is building the asset. Once the asset's nice and sexy and mature, you may not have to do any heavy lifting ever in your life again. It'll start to run itself, but it's going to take years to get to that point. And if you're not working on growth right now, if you live long enough, that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, it's going to pass. And if you're doing nothing to set yourself up for it, it's like you just wake up every day and you're wasting time. I'm serious. If you just took, seriously, 10 hours a week to focus on growing your business, just 10 hours a week, and you were consistent with that for the next 5 years, you would be freaking amazed at what happened. You would be freaking amazed, because most people don't do it. Don't even think in that realm. It's just like, hey, we're going to do this. And something I used to say, and I actually put it in the book, many people who attend storage auctions hope to find something good, and they hope to make a profit. There's no plan whatsoever. Don't be that person. I don't want you to be that person. I want you to be the person that has goals, a strategy, and a plan. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging, but it will grow you as a person in ways you can't even imagine. And even if you find out one day that, hey, storage auction business, it's not for me, I don't want to do it, you will have a certain level of skill sets that you could take it to any other business, any other endeavor that will help you climb to the top faster than other guys. Because one of the reasons that I was so good in the storage auction business is I failed a lot. And that's what the storage auction business is going to do to you as a neophyte. You're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to sell stuff too cheaply. You're going to hold on to stuff too long. But as you learn that and you build up an inventory of experience, you'll be amazed at how that would transfer to something else later in your life if you continue to work at it. All right, that's the secret. That's the secret right there. That's it. Committing yourself to growth and progression. It will take you further than you'll ever know. All right, this is Glendon with Making Money with Storage Unit Auction.